Hello everybody, thank you so much for being here today and celebrating with us. We are 24 artists come together, organised by the Fluid Art Express, hosted by Venom Fluid Art and creations by Kristey. So they've brought 22 special guests together today to celebrate Christmas and to see what we've all come up individually as mixed media and fluid artists. So very excited to show you what's been created. I'll give you the lineup of the 2 days in the description below, and I'll let you know in a second. But just want to say, have some fun, hop on and enjoy. And I hope you join in and enjoy the process. Let's go and have some fun and see what was created. And thank you so much for being here today. I so appreciate you being here, and I love sharing the process with you and hearing about your creations too. So I think you might have a clue watching these colours as to what the creation might be today. So I just wanted to show you a bit of the consistency of the paint there. Okay, so as we begin, I'm just going to show you how we used that festive green, which was mixed with a bit of black, to start with the base. And I'm painting over a canvas today. I like to do that quite often if I'm not going to use a painting, if I'm not going to sell it or put it in a shop or rent it out or not use it, or if I don't particularly like it, I'll just paint over it. So we've got the festive green and black, and now I'm layering it up with the 2 different greens, and I'm loving the lime green today. I think it's one of my all-time favourite colours. At the end you'll just see how it shines through. So I'm using the hairdryer to move the paint slightly. Now I'm used to using a hairdryer for a Dutch pour where the paint's much thinner, but today the paint is twice as thick, and I only wanted the hairdryer just to move it a little bit and to blend it, but not to drip off the canvas. So as I use the hairdryer, it's become second nature now, just to use it from different angles, upside down, to the side. And what I love about it as well is it's always an experiment, and I haven't used thick paint like this before. So as I layer up, you can see there's the darker green going down first, which is blending nicely with that festive green at the bottom with black, and then it's layered with the lime green on top, and then the white to create that little emphasis of snow on the tips of the branches. It's always something new about fluid art, and what I love today is using the hairdryer with thicker paint to see how far the paint will move across the canvas. At this stage I don't really know how the paint's going to react, and I'm just enjoying what's happened so far. I'm just thinking about the history of Christmas trees and how they originated from Germany many centuries ago, and how in the UK it was only when Queen Victoria and Prince Albert made it fashionable that it became quite a thing in the UK, and then later other countries followed and started to use the Christmas tree for celebration. So it's always interesting seeing where things come from and when traditions started. So just enjoying knowing how we celebrate, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's always interesting to know when you celebrate and how you celebrate different times of the year. It's always fascinating to me. So as I work my way up the Christmas tree, we've got the same layering, and 1 or 2 layers have got a bit more white for the snow, and other layers have got a little bit more lime green, and I'm tending to put, I think, lime green more as I go up the tree. It almost adds to that sparkle. So I started off with an idea of painting a tree, and I wanted to use a blowing technique, and I wanted to experiment with consistency of paint. It's something that I'm constantly experimenting with, and I constantly love the outcomes, or I don't love the outcomes. It's just a fascinating way to be. And colour is something I just love experimenting with, and you can use the same colour palette in different proportions and have different outcomes. And it's so good to feel like you're fine-tuning things and getting the colours according to what you're looking for. So I really enjoy using colour and colour palettes. And it feels with colour, there's every day is a learning day. So I'm just finishing off the top of the tree now, and I'm going to add a bit of snow, more snow as we get to the top of the tree, because you tend to have a little bit more snow on the ends of the leaves of the tree and at the top of the tree as it collects. So I'm almost at the top now, and I'm just going to leave you for a moment and come back when I start to decorate the tree. So here's the wet result of the tree on its own, and I'm just using a brush to spray some snow on the bottom of the painting. This is now 3 days later when the tree is dried, and I'm now going to decorate the tree with gold, yellow and red. So first of all, I'm just deciding today to use the palette knife, and I'm dipping the palette knife into the paint and drawing just the lines that feel natural for the tinsel across the tree to begin with. And I've got the camera at this angle so you can get as close to what I'm doing as possible as I move down the decoration of the tree. So I've just fast forwarded it a little bit here now, just so you can see the speed of it, because this painting took a long time to paint and to decorate. And if you see every single moment of it, you don't get to see how it was done. So I'm thinking of doing a longer version of this, because it probably was about 90 minutes to 2 hours, something like that in total. And it's quite a nice opportunity just to talk through the detail of how I do this. So I'm dipping the palette knife into the paint and drawing it on. I'm doing it quite frequently, so probably every 2 little swirls there, or little curves, I'm dipping it into the pot again. So as I finish off doing the tinsel, I'm going to add some white to it to highlight and to create more of a realistic effect in the tinsel. So now I go down the tree doing that, and can you see some of the snow on the side? A little bit in the painting there. And can you see the tinsel beginning to form as I work my way down the tree? It's quite nice doing this intuitively, because if you think about it too much, you end up having to wipe off a lot, and there were quite a few occasions where I was wiping it clean and starting it again. But that's all part of discovery and experiment, isn't it? And all part of the art, and it's actually one of the parts that I love, starting again and adjusting things and tweaking until it feels right. Okay, so now we're decorating with the baubles. Now this paint is quite nice doing it once the tree and the canvas is dried, because it's not going to blend into the mix of the tree paint. So the consistency of the baubles and the white and the greens for the tree is all the same. So as I drop a little drop of paint to create the baubles, and I'm literally just allowing the palette knife to sit for a moment while the paint drips off. This is sped up by 2 times, so can you see how sometimes the paint is already dripping off, and that's quite good, but at some points when there's not enough paint on the palette knife, you just have to hold it there for a second or two. So I really wanted to just do yellow and red today on my baubles, and that's the thing, you can choose any colour you like. I've seen some lovely ones being done by Olga Solby. She's got some blue in there as well, and this is inspired by her. So go and check her video out, Christmas Tree, it's wonderful. Now I'm using the white to add a bit of a highlight to the baubles. And lastly, I've got the star. I really enjoyed doing the star, so I've got gold, then I layer it with yellow and white, and then I repeat that layer. So I just want to say now, as we come to the end of the decorating of the tree, thank you so much for inviting me, Kristey from Creations by Kristey, and for hosting with Venom Fluid Art, Bubbles and Wombat. Thank you so much, guys. You're amazing friends and people, and you do so much for others. The playlists for the 2 days are in the description below, and you can pop back at the beginning of the video to see the lineup for the 2 days. So let's finish this star now. This is my favourite bit of the tree, and I'm just loving how the gold is popping with the lime in this one. So last finishing touches of the star, and the last finishing touches of the tree trunk with the different greens and a little bit of blending. So the Christmas tree is all decorated and varnished and ready for Christmas Day. Thank you so much for being here today, and if you've liked what you've seen today, please do leave us some love in the comments below, and subscribe and like if you haven't. Tass and Addy were first, and now Lucia and Cassie and all the other amazing artists in this collab are coming up, so let's go and enjoy their creations.